Hello, it's Daryl at 10 Foot Truck, Good Attitudes Services. Just got back from the transfer station and also went to donate items to Habitat for Humanity. I'd never been there before. So every donation place has different policies. This one used backup, and they had kind of like a loading dock. And then I showed him the items. Right away he said that he could not take the gas stove. They weren't taking those anymore. But then I was kind of worried because that armoire that I had in there, that thing must have been about 400 pounds or at least 350, if not more. It was very, very heavy. And I had it on its back because I couldn't stand it up. It was too heavy. And so when I backed up to that loading dock, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get up that thing over, because the loading dock was the truck was a little bit lower than the loading dock. So I had to move it up. Well, he was real nice and helped me get it out. And they actually took the armoire, which was great because it lightened up the load. And that's one thing, learn your places that you can donate and try to find out what items you can take there, kind of in a general idea of what items you can take to certain areas. I have a Goodwill, I have the Habitat for Humanity, I have I think a place called ARC. There's also Union Gospel, Salvation Army. There's quite a few places around here that you can donate items to lighten up the load, because as the increase of at least in my area, the transport station, the fees and the prices are much higher now to unload, to dump stuff. So like I unloaded that by taking that armoire and donating it to Habitat for Humanity. That lightened up the load to at least 350 pounds, which that would have cost me another $20, I think, at least. I only paid the minimum fee for dumping the mattress and the stove because those are lighter. Since they couldn't take the stove or the mattress, I was able to dump those at the minimum cost, which is here is a minimum charge for anything under a certain weight. I think, I believe around 300 pounds or something, or less probably. I'm not exactly sure, but the minimum charge is $20 or $21, somewhere around there. I can't remember the tonnage because it changes how much they charge per ton, but I believe it was around 114, but it may be more. It changed, I just didn't notice, I didn't look this time. But so that took off 300, at least 350 off the weight of the truck, so that saved me. I'm guessing around another $20 to $30. So it's always good to do that. Go there before, and also try to recycle some of the stuff out of the truck beforehand. So that saved me from that extra charge, and I'm glad they took it, because that thing was a beast. It was big. It was 6 foot tall, I guess. I don't know how big, how the dimensions of it, but it was very solid wood and heavy. So initially to get it into the truck, I had to take all the drawers out. I showed a video on how to do that, and then took the glass out because the glass was really heavy. There were glass panels on the doors, the front doors, and then there was all of the drawers inside. So I lightened it up quite a bit, but then when I decided yesterday to put them all back together, because I knew if I went to the donation place and it was all in pieces, it would be probably much more difficult to get them to take it, because they would have to put all that stuff back together. And so I wanted to make sure I got it all in one piece. So I put it all back together, so then it was really heavy again. Luckily, they had a loading dock, and the guy was real helpful, and he had this cool like dolly, or kind of like a four-wheeler, but you know, it has a flat. It was big enough for something like that. So I know now, in the back of my head, I know that if I get an armoire or something really heavy, or a big heavy dresser, that they might take it, most likely, because they took that. I mean, it depends on the day and how much inventory they have. So I'll check with them, because that's a good resource to lighten up the load. Yeah, so that's about it. I'm cleaning up the truck right now, and then got some ads ready for a good weekend. The weather's pretty decent. It's a little bit cold, but it's you know, there's no rain, no snow, and I think it's gonna be warming up this next week coming up. So looking for a busy week. It's funny because I have that I had the stove on the appliance dolly strapped on there, ready to go. So when I got to the transfer station, I just, you know, unloaded it right off the bumper. It looks real easy, but you know, it's a little weight to it. But the guy next to me is like, man, he's like, I have 3 guys that work for me, and they probably would take 3 of them to do what you did. probably not knowing that it was an appliance dolly that's strapped on there, so I'm not worried about it falling over. Like if you had a regular dolly, it'd be a little more tricky coming off the truck, especially without a ramp coming down the bumper. So I thought that was funny because if you have the right tools, like the right proper dollies, and you've done this kind of work before, and you say you're used to it, you know, it makes it looks easier than it is, but you can make it look easy because to me it's second nature. I mean, it's just, I've moved so many appliances and washers and dryers and countless amount of heavy furniture on the appliance dollies and regular dollies. I don't really think much about it, but it's just something I've done for so many years that it's easy. So other people, they look at it, wow, I got that down quick. It's like, yeah, well, it's not that hard if you've been doing something for a long time and you have that experience. So that's about it. I think I'm gonna get this thing swept out and get ready for tomorrow. And I hope everyone is having a prosperous weekend or week, and a good weekend, and all that. This is Daryl at 10 Foot Truck Good Attitude Services signing out. Have a great day.